Hey everyone, the Enneamentalist here, and today we're gonna talk about Enneagram Type. It's an Earth type born from the tension between Type 1 and Type 3. The idealized self-image of Type 2 is all about being welcoming, caring, generous, nurturing, helpful, altruistic, self-sacrificing. To counter the core fear of being worthless, unhelpful, unappreciated, immutable, needy, unacknowledged, unneeded, useless. The Type 2s primarily use repression to maintain a self-image of being appealing, caring, and helpful. They unconsciously suppress their own needs and desires to focus on others, which allows them to stay connected and feel needed. This defense helps them avoid the feelings of inadequacy, but can lead to emotional burnouts when they neglect their own well-being. Type 2 is the enneatype that uses most proactively manipulation, aka an invitation to doing something, which is a neutral tool. Twos tend to really enjoy being the power behind the throne, in contrast to the general tendencies of 8 to be like the sergeant in a war, both in war but also in personal life. In other words, Type 2 has a militant aspect to it that's often overlooked, but it's a very powerful type. And without choose, probably there wouldn't be civilized society as we know. The main focus of choose is what's necessary, needed, and their speech style is characterized by flattering, connecting, and advising. Choose put a lot of attention in nurturing and relationships, especially if you're looking for a networker. The ideal combination on paper is a social 2 that they really enjoy networking. Body language wise, choose tends to have liquid like effect in the eyes, tracking people around them, often having jewelry or details that invites comments. They tend to be hospitable, nurturing, expressive, vivacious, beguiling, caring, involved, appealing individuals. If you see an individual coming to you and immediately starts to flatter you like, oh, that's a nice dress there, etc., chances are that she might be a 2. When dealing with a Type 2, remember to appreciate their helpfulness, ask them about themselves, and let them know that you care. Avoid taking choose for granted, being cold and indifferent, and make them left out. There are 3 different instinctual subtypes of Type 2. 2. Self-preservation. Such subtype can resemble 8s at times when they are hungry, and at times can resemble 4s when they feel entitled to special treatment. On the positive side, true self-preservation likes time alone. They can be balanced with regards to own needs versus others' needs. They are caretaking kind of true. They often love to cook for others. They tend to be loving, attentive to others, generous. They tend to like to help others with their material and physical needs. They tend to be affectionate and nurturing. In love languages, act of service tend to be one of them. On the negative side, they might have troubles to ask for what they need. They might have a chill-like fear of not being able to make it on their own. They can feel a sense of entitlement to get their essential needs met too. They can expect preferential treatment for love and attention given to others. They might expect others to know what they need. They might act childish and egocentric when feeling scared. They might repress and stuff their feelings. They might overspend. They might develop eating disorders, for example, by abusing food as a compensation for feeling unloved. And they might be hypochondriac. Now to sexual show. They can resemble fours at times with their yearning and longing for love. Also, they can resemble eights at times with their passion and intensity. On the positive side, they go after what they want. They know how to get close to and being intimate with people. Also, they intuitively know the needs and interests of others. On the negative side, they might do whatever it takes to win over people, especially a romantic interest, and will not take a no as an answer. They might alter and adapt themselves to meet others' needs, but then fear rejection in the moment of expressing their own needs. They might turn on the charm and seductively focus on pleasing and lavishing attention on significant others. They might hide their neediness behind giving. They might fear being rejected for who they really are. They might be seductive and alluring, whilst craving and fear intimacy at the same time. They might have hidden expectation of long being returned. They might aggressively pursue and overcome all obstacles or objections when they really want and like someone, and pain arises when their partner isn't interested in them or in their repressed unmet needs, desires. They can be possessive and demanding, overing and intrusive, and at worst they can be obsessed with someone to the point of becoming stalkers. Fatal attraction. True social. They can be easily mistaken for threes. They are arguably the most ambitious type of the Enneagram. On the positive side, they always have other people's welfare in mind as well as their own. They tend to give their time, energy, and even money to improve conditions for others and or the world. They tend to be master networker and organizer who can bring people together that need each other's help. They tend to be excellent at connecting people together for their mutual benefit. They might be aware of the expectation of groups, but have enough self-esteem to do what's best for them. They tend to be great organizers of meetings and great facilitators of projects. They tend to be extremely social, friendly, and outgoing. Very ambitious. They can be charming, a bit entertaining, a gracious hostess or host. On the negative side, they might like to be seen with successful people to enhance their own social value. They might seek attention and even prestige by being popular or seen with the in crowd. They might take pride in the ability to socially connect people and help others. They might be attracted to those on their way up or socially influential. They can get scattered, overcommitted and overextended. They tend to want to be liked and approved by everyone. Their public image is of utmost importance to them. They might be flattering, ingratiating and seductive. Also, they fear being left out or forgotten. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it informative. And if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button and to turn notification bell on to never miss any future educational video about the topic of reading people, and support me on Patreon. I will do my best.